Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. Today I will be teaching you how to crochet this circular poncho. It's very easy to do, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. To make this circular poncho, I have 6 of this ball of yarn because I'm going to double them up. They are from Loops and Thread, Manchester, 100 grams or 220 meters. It's 85% acrylic and 15% nylon. The color is wheat and it's like a medium 4, but it's a thin 2 little strand of yarn. So I'm gonna double them up. If you're using a regular yarn, just with one strand is enough. The regular medium 4. The crochet hook is 10 millimeters, and I know it's a 10 millimeter now because somebody sent me a message that they have one of these, and yes, it's a 10 millimeter. Mine don't have any number, so now I know. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. The yarn. So I have 4 strands because each one of them come with 2. You see? And 2 in the other one. It's almost like the same thickness as the regular medium 4 yarn once you put them together. Okay? So you can use any regular medium 4. We're gonna start with the magic circle. And we're gonna do 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3. That counts as the first double crochet. So you're gonna do 10. So you're going to continue doing this all the way around until you have 10. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I need to make 5 more. So this is 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. If you don't have a 10 millimeters, you can use a size 9 or a size 8 millimeters. You're going to pull the tail and you go to the 3rd chain and do a slip stitch. And then you will move around like this to make it flat. And look like this, your first row. Once you finish, you're going to chain 3. We're going to do a Portuguese double crochet. It's almost like a treble, but it's only with 1 yarn over. If we do a treble, it will be too long, so that's why we're doing this one. A regular double crochet is yarn over, and you come here and you do your regular double crochet. That's, you know, your regular double crochet. You see? Like this. The one that we're gonna do is only with 1 yarn over. You come here, and this time you're gonna pass the yarn through 1, and then through 2, and then through 2. You see? It's a little bit longer. And you're gonna chain 1, and you are going to the next space and do the same. Put it through 1, 2, and 2. Again, yarn over in the same space. Pass it through 1, 2, and 2. You're going to chain 1, go to the next space, and here you pass it through 1, 2, and 2, and again in the same space you pass it through 1, 2, and 2. Chain 1, go to the next space, pass it through 1, 2, and 2. That one again. Again in the same space. 1, 2, and 2. You're gonna continue doing this all the way around. You see, it's 2 of the stitches in the same space. We're gonna finish here. We're gonna chain 1, go to the 3rd chain, and do a slip stitch. And you're gonna end up with 10 of these groups. Okay. So now you're gonna do a slip stitch to the center here in between these two. It's right there, and you're going to chain 3. And in here, in the same space, you're going to do a long double crochet or a Portuguese double crochet, whatever you want to call it. So you go now in the chain space and do the same. 2 of those stitches. Now you go in between these 2 and do the same. Now the chain space, do 2 of these stitches. Now in between these 2 you do 2. And you want to continue doing this all the way around, and it'll look like this. I'm going to finish here with a slip stitch on the 3rd chain. And it will look like this. And you have 20 of these groups. Now here, in this row, we're going to be working in these spaces here, leaving the 2 stitched together that look like a V stitch in the inside. Okay, in here, in here. You see these 2 stitches in between, in here. So these 2 is 1. So you're going to do 2 slip stitch to get to the space in between in here. So now you are in the space in between to leave those 2, and there the chain in the other one. And here you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do 3 of the stitches in the same space. So the chain counts as 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip those 2 and you go to the space in here and do the same. 1, 2, and 3. Skip those 2 and go to the space in here and do 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to continue doing this all the way around. You see, in the spaces here. leaving these two together. I'm going to finish with a slip stitch on the third chain. It look like this. I love this color. So now we're going to do the repetition at the last row. So you're going to do your slip stitch to get into the space here in between the stitches. You're going to chain 3, and you're going to do just 3 stitches in the same space. That's 2, and 3. Since we're doing the same repetition at the last row, what I recommend when you're going to do the next stitch in here is to loosen this here a little bit, not too tight into your hook, just a little loose. That way you don't have to do a chain space in between and your work is not as tight, because we are doing exactly the same repetition as last row. So you see, you make that stitch there a little loose. And 3, again, lose that stitch a little bit. And go to the next space here and do your 3 stitches, and you see it's nice and loose. So you're going to continue with that repetition all the way around, doing your 3 stitches in those space in between. Once you finish that row, it will look like this, and if you work your stitch like I show you, nice and loose in between, it's not a tight piece, it's not, you know, flipping or anything, it's flat, completely flat. So now this was row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row number 6 and 7 will be those two will be the same. So what you're gonna do in number 6, you will do in number 7. So you're gonna do your slip stitch to get to the center here in between those spaces here. You're going to chain 3, and now instead of 3 you're going to do 4 of those long double crochet or Portuguese double crochet. That's 2, 3, and 4. Now you go to the next space and do your 4 stitches. So this is the repetition you're going to do in this row and in the next one. Okay, so you see between these 2 stitches here, I don't need to leave this as loose as I did in this one, because this one already have an increase in here. Okay, so something that I did was, I have one of those wool winders, so I grabbed my 2 ball of yarn and I made it 1. So that way each time I pull my yarn, they all come as 1. So you're going to continue doing this in this row and in the next one with 4. And here I made a mistake, I did 3, I had to do 1 more. But now it's with 4 in here, okay? Once you finish those 2 rows, the piece will measure 17 inches or 43 centimeters. And now we're going to do a row of half double crochet all the way around. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do half double crochet on each space. See, in between the stitches here. And nice and loose your half double crochet. Like this all the way around. Once you finish here with the slip stitch on the second chain, you're gonna do a slip stitch to the center of this half double crochet, but I'm gonna do it in the center like so, and I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, and in the same space I'm gonna do a long double crochet or a Portuguese double crochet like this. You're gonna skip one, go to the next one, and do the same right in the center of the stitch. You see, leaving that strand of yarn. We are doing the same repetition that we did in here. Skip this one, go to the next one. And after this row, we're going to separate the part of the neck and the rest of the piece. You're going to continue doing this all the way around. Once you finish here with a slip stitch on top of the chain, you're going to do a slip stitch here to the center, and then here you're going to chain 3. In the next space in here, you're going to do 2. 1, 2. In the center of this stitch, only 1. In the next space, 2. In the center here, 1. And here, 2. So you're gonna do this for a few more spaces, and then you're gonna do a chain of 20 or 22. So after you finish, like for example here with 2 in the same space, like this, 2 and 1. Let me take my yarn out. You're gonna chain 20 to 22. (18, 19, and 20). Here you're going to count at this space 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the space after that, let me count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and in the space in here I'm going to do 2. 1, and in the next one 1. And you're going to continue doing this 2 and 1, 2 and 1 all the way around until you finish with the slip stitch. And it will look like this. This is for the head, to pass through the head. And then after that, we're going to continue working around and around until we have the desired length. Once you finish the row, it will look like this. This is the open for the head. So now what you're going to do is do a row or half double crochet all the way around. Exactly the same as we did this row and here a half double crochet. Okay, once you finish the row of half double crochet, you're gonna do the same repetition that you did here after that row, that you did 2 stitches together, skip 1 and 2 together, like this. Okay, like this one here. So you're gonna do a slip stitch to get your yarn in the center here, chain 3, and you're going to do another one in the same space. You're going to skip 1, go to the next one, and 2 together. You skip 1, and you have to make sure you don't grab your stitch like this. You grab it through the center and the 2 strands in the top and in the back, leaving this stranded yarn here in the front. You see, the stranded yarn is here in the front, like in this space here. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So you're gonna do this all the way around, skipping 1 and going to the next one, and working 2 in the same space. Here I have a little bit left of my 2 first ball of yarn. So here I roll together my other 2, and then I will be pulling it out from the center. That way they come all at the same tension. And I will gonna just attach them in here and continue. Once you finish that row, you're gonna do 2 slip stitch to get until the center here, in between these 2 stitches. So you're gonna do 1 and 2 slip stitch. You're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we're gonna do another stitch in the same space, and we're gonna repeat last row. So you're gonna skip this, and you're gonna go in the space in between, and you're gonna do the same. And try to do this row nice and loose, that way you are not making this too tight in here. It has to be nice and loose, because we are doing the same repetition as the last row. So in here again, you're going to do that stitch, you see, skip here and go into the space in here. So you're going to do this all the way around. Once you finish that row, you're going to do 3 chain plus 1. That's 1, 2 and 3 plus 1 is 4. Now you're going to go to the first stitch in here, and you're going to do another one exactly the same on top of that one. You're going to chain 1, go to the next stitch and do 1 on top of that one. Chain 1, go to the next stitch and do 1 on top of that one. Chain 1, go to the next stitch and that one. And like this you're gonna do this row, doing the stitch always with one chain in between. Like this. You finish here with a slip stitch on the third chain, you're gonna do another slip stitch to the center here, and you're gonna repeat this row 2 more times. So you're gonna chain 3 plus 1, that will be 4, 1, 2, 3, plus 1, 4, and you're gonna work in the space here of the chain 1, and you're gonna do the stitch in there, chain 1, go to the space here, do the stitch, chain 1, go to the space here, and do the stitch. So you're gonna do this in this row and the next row, in total of 3 rows. Okay, so when you finish here with a slip stitch in the third chain, do a slip stitch to the center here, chain 3 plus 1, and then do it again. Okay, once you finish those 3 rows, they will look like this. So now you're gonna do 2 stitch on each space together, you know, 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and that entire row, and then in the next row will be in between. So like these ones here, you see these stitches in between these 2, you have one in here and in here. That is the 2 repetition that we're gonna do in the next 2 rows. So in here you do a slip stitch until you get to the center here. You'll chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You'll do another stitch in the same space, and 2 in the next one. And 2 in the next one. So this is the repetition that you're gonna do in this row. You're gonna finish with a slip stitch on the third chain, and here, and then you slip until you get to the center here, and you will do the 2 in here, 2 in here, you see, in between the stitches. Okay, for all that row. So this one is 1 in each space in here, and the next one is in between. This is what I have left of my second ball of yarn that I made with the 2 smaller ball. I did one big one, so this will be the third one. I have 2 here together, so I think I'm gonna use then the whole thing, the 6 ball of yarn in total. Once you finish those 2 rows, you can repeat those 2 rows 2 more times. For mine, I'm gonna leave it like this, and I will show you what to do to finish it up. You can do Frenches, you can do this, or you can leave it just like that. So I'm gonna do a slip stitch in between these 2 stitches, and I'm gonna chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're gonna do yarn over. You're gonna count 1, 2, and then the third one you're gonna do like a double crochet, but you don't gonna finish. You have those 3 loops. Yarn over. You're gonna repeat that again in the same space, and yarn over, and the same space. Now you're gonna pass your yarn through all those loops, you're gonna do a slip stitch there, and then you're gonna come here and you're gonna do slip stitch, and you did like a little ball in here. You're gonna chain now 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna skip this one, and you're gonna come in the center of the next one, and you're gonna do a single crochet, and you will have this like that in here. Again, you're gonna chain 7, yarn over, 1, 2, and the third one you're gonna do like a double crochet. You have 3 loops, yarn over, again you have 5 loops, yarn over, the same space you have 7 loops, and now you're gonna pass through all of those. You're gonna chain 1 there or close that one with a slip stitch, and then to the same space you're gonna do a slip stitch. Now you're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna skip this one and you're gonna go in here and you're gonna do a single crochet like that. You're gonna continue all the way around. Okay, I finished with a slip stitch on the same space where I did the first one. This is the last one here, and I'm gonna chain 1, cut the yarn, lose the tail, and we're gonna finish the piece by working in the color. Now we're gonna work in here, and I'm gonna do a slip knot, and you're gonna pass through any of these space, and you're gonna chain 2. That's 1 and 2, and you're gonna do half double crochet on each space. I'm gonna lose that tail at the same time. So 1 half double crochet on each space like that, and this is what we're gonna do for an entire color, half double crochet. So we're almost done. So I'm here, and in this space where we separated, we did a chain. You see you have this long stitch here. You're gonna do 2 half double crochet, 1 and 2, and then you're gonna continue doing your half double crochet all the way around, and every single row gonna be half double crochet until you have the desired length. So remember, here you have to do 2 half double crochet, continue doing a slip stitch and 2 and a half double crochet on top of each half double crochet, and you're gonna pass them through here, grabbing the 2 in the back like that, leaving 1 strand in the front. Once you finish, it will look like this. Look how nice this look. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. And this is what I have left of my 6 ball of yarn. So if you do 2 more row for lengths to this, you will need around 7 balls of yarn. But remember, I use that many because I doubled them up. If you are using just 1 single strand, you will need less, because these ones, remember, this is the thickness of each ball, those 2 little strands like that, and I doubled them up in order to work on mine. So if you need, if you use a regular medium 4, you only need probably like 3 or 4 ball of yarn instead of 6. So now I'm gonna put it on my mannequin, and I will show you the end result. First, I wanted to show you how I look in the back. And now I will show you the front. Well, this is the end result, and I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Rubia Stedman, or you can find me through my Instagram Ruby Step and Crochet. Please share my videos with friends and family. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. And don't forget to check my other videos in my channel. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.